day on the High Country Homestead. We ordered our first ever baby chicks last night, so the only thing this morning on my husband's brain is building the chicken coop. To give you some perspective and set the scene, it's about mid-January. The tree temperature right here says it's about 20 degrees, but it is extremely windy, and I think the wind chill is about 13 degrees. So here we are, and he decided now is the time. And this spot down here that you see with a couple of posts in the ground, that is where our chicken coop is going to be. And so that's where we're going to be building over the next couple of months. The first thing that we're going to do is figure out where all of our posts are going to go so that we can start pouring some concrete and make a foundation. So that's what we're getting started on. So follow along because we have a lot to do. Just to give you an idea, this is the garden area. And then we have this big tree, and then chicken coop's going to start right here. And go to about here. This is currently a fire pit that's going to be filled in.
That's northwest wind. We don't want it to blow over, so that's how we're orienting the roof line. And I'm going to go overboard on my footers so it never blows over. So this will give you an initial idea of what we're going to have to streamline this out. But it's 24 feet long, 6 foot wide. The shed coop combo part takes up 6 by 8, and then the remainder 16 feet is going to be run. But that's the idea. We'll have to streamline it out. We're going to streamline it to be centers of 10 footers. I mean, 8 footers? A lot of the holes that I don't want to dig. I think we've got about, over this 6 foot downhill slope, we might have 6 to 12 inches. So that's going to be a lot more concrete on this side than that side. On the coop shed part, because I'm going to build a pier that's level with that side. So all 4 of these for the coop shed part will be level. But the remainders, they'll just be posts going straight up, and I can just cut the wood to the height I need. So won't be concerned about level on those ones, only on these 4. So that's a little less work and a little less concrete. But these ones, I'm going to try hard to have those a couple inches out of the ground, and then these whatever they need to match that first corner.
Okay, it's too cold to do anything else. Fingers, tips are frozen. But this will become a chicken coop. I don't know how long, probably in a couple of months, but hopefully as soon as possible.
Alright, so this is about day 1 of coop build. There's been a lot of days pencil to paper, and a lot of just mocking it up, make sure we're happy with where it sits. And go in the house, look out the windows, make sure we're going to be happy with it. But today I'm going to put up batter boards and hopefully get some paint on the ground for where I'm going to make my my piers or footers, if you will. Just get some string lines going, and I think I know enough to get going. Not a novice to building, but I'm not a professional. I've never gotten paid to build anything. Here we go. Just did was take up the stakes that we were just using for reference, and I put pins in the ground on the 4 external corners, and now I'm gonna place batter boards and get string lines that roughly go over those points, and then we'll square everything up. So I'll explain a little bit what I'm doing here. Getting just a very rough 45 degrees to each corner with these what are called batter boards. These are what the string line's gonna go on, so we can get a rectangle here that's square. And all I'm doing right now is laying it rough 45 to, I put 4 pins in the ground. I put a little pink paint on them so I can see them. But they're there, and I'm able to reference with my eyeball down the line. And all I have to do is imagine I want a string line down that line. Is it gonna hit on my board? And then I have to change location to the other side and sight down and see if that's gonna hit on my board. If it's not, just keep adjusting it, but roughly 45 degrees. And I figured out for me with like an 8-foot batter board, I can get away with being roughly about 3 feet away from my pins, and I can still easily fit string lines on both sides of my batter board. That way I can dig my hole and not be bumping into my reference line. Because you'll take these strings off when you dig, and you want to be able to put them right back where they were and be able to line everything right back up.
So today's day 3 of chicken coop build. And by day 3, I mean we've really just spent about 45 minutes over the past 2 days working on it because of toddlers. So today is a day where we really need to get some stuff done so that we can start moving on to concrete footers. So let's see what day 3 brings.
I have no idea how long this project's gonna take, how long these need to stay here. Especially with me really putting in the effort to get them level. So that's why I'm fussing over these things being driven so far in the ground, being nice and stable. And I'm gonna have to come put some triangulation braces on these things. Because it might be 2 months from now that I still need these as reference. Because I'm doing this at little intervals. You're gonna see it all nice and neatly together, but this is me coming out a couple hours at a time, just working on it. Just to quickly show you how I'm pulling this off with not the right tools. These batter boards happen to be close enough that this level can span from one to the next, and I'm just getting it level, and then I'm marking it. And I know your error could add up, but I'll try to make sure my string lines, once I pull those, are also level with this big level. You wouldn't want to do this with a little level, but I think I could pull this off this way. Wish I had the right tools, but too expensive. Spanning from one batter board to the other with this level, we pulled it off. Barely, but we pulled it off, this equipment. So, it's all level, I promise you. It looks a little crazy. What we're gonna establish is string lines that go over the center of all the footers. And then that will allow me to put a pin, and then I can take my sonotubes and center them on that. That way, once concrete's done, I can take my bracket, find that, put my lines back on actually. It'll come right over top of my concrete, and I can put the pin back where it was, put the bracket on, bolt that down, then I can start building. This is a way to get your string real tight. So I'm able to pull on whatever I've got going on over there and just pull it tight, put my finger in, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6. Not too many times. Put that over your nail. So you can pull this string toward your nail and pull your right hand down the string. And you can repeat that process as much as you want. And now I've got a guitar string. And then pull that back on itself. And all those wraps are just gonna hold it with friction. It's like magic. To get this out, you just grab your bitter end and pop. I promise, comes right off there. Your string doesn't have any knots in it. And I didn't have to cut that end. That's the beauty of something like that, is I could have come off this nail, go somewhere else, or I could have just left my roll there. You don't have to cut the end to make this kind of knot, and this knot just comes right out. So again, that's put your finger in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Put it over your nail. Pull with your right hand down the string. Left hand takes the slack. Pull it as tight as you can, or want to. Come back on itself. Pull it the other way, and then the friction holds it.